Welcome to Dab's Fabrications. I got something to show you here that I bought, that I needed for the shop. It's in parts. Here, check it out. This is a new saw that I got. Fan saw. Got it for a really good price. Got all the parts. I think all the parts are here. Everything's kind of just here. There's the motor. I got to get them wires inside this backside over here. This is the plug-in part. But then the motor we'll go through here. I got to plug that in. And so I got to get that welded back on, or some kind of new bracket, probably a new bracket or something, I don't know yet. It comes with a belt that's pretty fried. Some other parts down here. Like I said, there's the motor, there's the wire. This thing here is a little broke. That may or may not be an issue, but whatever, we'll fix it. We know what we're doing, right? Here's another one. That's the other side for the belt. Belt goes to the motor. Like I said, we'll figure out how to get that on there. It cleaned up pretty nice. It looks nice. I thought I was gonna have to paint it, but I mean, it's gonna work for me. This thing picks up like this. It's not heavy at all. So you can see it has a vise down here. You clamp steel in there, and then you bring it down, and it cuts through it at its own pace. It just cuts through it by weight. You just put it onto the steel, and it just kind of glides through it, cutting. It's got a thing over here. That thing, you adjust so that when it goes all the way down, it hits that switch, bango, shuts it off by itself. Pretty cool. Or holding, or you could put it like this, just standing up. See that? I'm gonna have to make a table for it. I think this is probably how it mostly will get used. You saw me use this style with my portaband and a vise, and that works, but this will work maybe better. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, we're going to clean this up. We're going to try to weld it up. We're going to get it wired up, plugged in, get a new belt on it. Let's see if we can make this thing work. See you guys in a minute. Okay, I'd kind of like to start with the electrical. Like this cord here, this is the one that you plug in to energize the whole thing. It's pretty bad. So luckily, somewhere I got a new cord here that I took off a broken light. Well, I guess we need to figure out also if this motor works. It's got this metal thing on here, and I stripped this wire right here just to see if this thing will start up. Now, I'm going to show you how not to check if an electric motor works. Again, this is not how you do it. Don't do it this way. I'm showing you this so that you're safe in your home. Do not do it this way. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so we know the motor works. By the way, it was clamped on there. Also, don't try a motor without it being clamped so that it doesn't spin off the table. This thing is not. It's old, it's stiff. And there's a big break in it, right? Yeah, you can hear that. All right, let's maybe change out this cord first. I just flipped this unit over. It looks pretty simple. You can see the power cord comes in here, hooks up to this little electrical bar, and then it comes over here to this. It has a little switch leg right here. And that's the thing that I was showing you before. The saw comes down, and this is on. After it's done sawing, comes down, hits that. Yeehaw! Excuse me. Hits that, shuts it down. Right now, let's take this thing apart. We'll take, oh look at that. Just fell right out of there. Okay, let's take this apart. We'll take this old cord out. We'll put the new one in. Okay, let's take a look inside this thing, see what we got to deal with. While we're opening this, I figured I'd tell you a quick story. Some of you know that me and my wife and our daughter, which is my youngest kid, we have 3 kids, 2 older boys and my daughter. And they were all moved out. We decided to sell the house when I retired, and we moved here to Texas. And if you're ever thinking about it, do it. Especially from California. I know they don't want me to tell you that, but we were so far found out that we're pretty welcome here. I know people say that they don't like us here, but I don't think they like us here. But so far, we're finding out that it's pretty cool. Everybody's been great to us. So that's one of the things, is the people here are incredibly nice. Always, all the time, every time, always. You go to the grocery store, they will stop people in their line and talk to you. Very, very friendly. Just raised friendly, you know what I mean? My middle boy was here for Thanksgiving, Bubba, and I saw this post that somebody was giving away a piece of sheet metal. You know, it wasn't nothing, it was just a piece of sheet metal. And so I told Bub, hey man, let's just go for a ride, check out this other town and pick up this piece of sheet metal. It's free. So we get in the truck, we go over there, and this property has 2 houses on it. And they're nice homes, nice property. We go up and there's a lady, an older lady that's outside, and she kind of calls us over and she said, are you here for the piece of sheet metal? And I said, yeah, that's me. And so she shows me where it is, and then she goes, can I ask you what you're going to do with that? Because it was just an old rolled up piece of sheet metal. And I just kind of told her, well, I'm just kind of a fabricator and metal artist, or I just make stuff. And I figured that someday I could use this piece right here and make it. And I figured, you know, we'd drive around and pick it up just for, you know, it's a nice day. And then I complimented her on her house. I said, "Man, you really have a nice house. It looks really nice out here." And she said, "We just built this house." And I was like, "Wow, this is really, really cool house." And then she told me about her family. That's how they do it. She's just telling me about her family, and that other house that was there, her and her husband built that house, 40 years ago, just the two of them. And now, since they built this new house, their oldest son has moved into that other house. So it's just all in the family. And she's telling us all about her family. I thought that was pretty cool. And we've experienced that before, many times. I'm just going to ask a question about something, and I hear about their entire family story. Really crazy. It's really, really cool. It's one of the things that I'm glad that my wife kind of got on me about when we moved here. She said, "These people are nice. They talk, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with it." And she was right, because that's not me, especially, coming from where we came from. You end up kind of not liking people. So I'm learning. But just to show you how nice they are, that same lady then says, "So you do metal art?" And I said, "Yeah, I've been doing it for a little while." And then she started telling me a story about how she needed some metal art and couldn't find anybody that does it, and finally found a guy that would help her out and make her stuff. And he made her something for her bathroom. And then she said, "You want to come see it?" And so that I'm not, I'm taking my wife's advice, and I'm just kind of going with things. And it's me and my son standing there, and I go, "Yeah, I'd love to see it." We went through her house, through her bedroom, into her bathroom, and looked at this piece of metal art. And it was nice, really cool. I told her how cool it was, thought it was nice. And then we walked back outside, and I finally told her, "Okay, thank you very much. And we'll be seeing you around, whatever." So we left. And then I told Bubba, that right there is Texas in a nutshell. I said, this older lady, took two complete male strangers into her house. Nobody else was in the house. Took us into the house just to show us a piece of art that was in the bathroom. I don't know if that would have happened anywhere else but here. And I just think that is a great thing. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. It's pretty cool. If you're ever thinking about moving to Texas, it's hot. Right now it's winter, and it's friggin' cold. But I love it. I love it. We love it. My wife loves it. My daughter loves it. Okay, so I flipped it back over, and we're looking at the mounting nuts where they weld onto the mounting plate for the motor. And it kind of goes in there like this. But before I start tacking things up, let's take these things off. And we'll get rid of those old welds. Okay guys, let's see if we can get this tacked up. You can hear my trusty welding machine running in the background. We got some 7018 low high, baby. We got to hook up this ground somewhere, and then we're gonna hold it just like that. We're gonna try to tack it. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Watch your eyes. Here we go. Oh Lord. Feels like it's on there. Feels like it's okay. Let's see what we can do. Oh God. All right, let's let that cool down. We get it cleaned off. See if the nuts work like nuts still. Okay. Heavy. All right. Let me get everything tightened up. Hey, so remember when I thought this is what came with it. This belt. That ain't even the belt. That's crazy. That's way too big. But I looked through that can that it came with, or the shrouds that were there with all the stuff in it. Little one. That looks pretty good too. It's not bad. So I got this thing tightened on there, and I've got the motor pushed up that way as high as I can get it to try to line these things up. And then I found this so I could put this, I'm going to put it on the middle one and then put this one on the middle one. I should tighten this thing. I didn't tighten the big ones down. Let me get a now you can see it's on there. Let me see if I can get you a little closer, because maybe that's pretty good. If I put a straight edge on it, but really all you have to go by on that is if you line it up to the frame below. And actually that's not bad either. Not bad. I mean, that might be workable. Okay, well, so now what do we do? Well, I'll tell you. Let me get you down here. What we're going to do now is we have to, this is the wire for the motor. We're going to stick it in there, flip this thing back over, and we're going to wire that to that wire block that was in there that I already showed you. Let's get it wired up. We'll plug it in and we'll see what we got. I can't wait. All right, take it easy. Good. Awesome blossom. Yep. Okay. There it is. We got her running. This is what I needed. Just the way it sits. You know, I'll probably make a table that'll clamp into this vise right here. Boom, flat plate coming through here so that I have a table to cut stuff with and all that. But otherwise, I probably won't do much more to this thing because it's beautiful the way that it is. And it's going to do what I need it to do, just like this. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like. And all the stuffs, you know the stuffs. Do the stuffs, please. Throw me a comment. Tell me what you think. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.